Good morning, church. Welcome to our Monday morning thing. My name is Dave, and I'm one of the pastors at Community Christian Church at Carillon. Today, I want to share some thoughts on something that came up during our post-service Zoom discussion group yesterday. As so often happens with that group, a question prompted a comment which gave birth to a thought which became an insight which ends up here today. But first I want to tell you a story. It's not my story. It's taken from the book The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a wonderful book, a brilliant story, just a marvelous reading experience. And in the book, a scene takes place in a little clearing outside a magical door which the protagonists need to open. The inscription on the door reads, "Speak, friend, and enter." Well, our heroes correctly deduce that a password is needed to open the portal. So the leader of the group begins to go through all the magical passwords and incantations and spells that he can come up with. And he can think of a lot of them in dozens of languages, but nothing works. Finally, in exasperation, he slams down his staff and stomps off to sit on a rock and pout. And then it hits him. Perhaps he has been overthinking this whole thing. Maybe he's been looking for something subtle and deep when the real answer is something simple and obvious. So he walks over to the closed door and he says one word, "Friend." The inscription that had instructed them to speak, friend, and enter was simply literal. It wasn't mysterious at all. Well, we ran across something similar at our meeting. We had somehow gotten on the topic of evangelizing, and the phrase, "bring someone to Jesus," was used. And we realized that when we hear that phrase, we immediately start thinking of outreach programs and tracts and knocking on doors, teaching classes and making invitations and articles and books and strategies. But the phrase, along with the process that follows it, is much simpler and much more literal. Bring someone to Jesus means bring someone to Jesus. You know, that's pretty much the extent of our involvement, at least in the beginning. Just bring them to Jesus. He'll take it from there. He'll draw them close. He'll touch their heart. He'll call out to their spirit. He'll do it all. Friends, witnessing for your faith consists almost exclusively of standing around pointing to Jesus, pointing to what he has done in your life, so that those who do not yet know him will begin to wonder what he might do in theirs. We don't have to be great orators or persuasive debaters or pinnacles of personal perfection. All we have to do is stand there. Sinners, losers, broken, flawed, and saved, pointing at the one who did the saving. So bring someone to Jesus by just bringing them to Jesus. He'll do the rest. God bless you all.